Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Beau Dodson. We've got another active 12 to 24 hours ahead of us with more severe weather possible in our region now. Portions of the region last night received 4 to 8 inches of rain, major flooding over parts of southeast Missouri and especially southern Illinois. Numerous roads flooded, closed, lots of problems. Thankfully, the cap held over Kentucky and Tennessee last night. That did help prevent severe weather in that area. Areas to our north and west were not as fortunate. Let's take a look at the dew point map. Now, these are summer dew points. It feels muggy outside. The reason it feels muggy outside is because of the dew points. Dew points into the 70s. I've had several friends in West Kentucky report 72, 73 degree dew points. Those are high dew points in July or August. Very unusual to have an atmosphere like this during the month of April, and it's just one more indicator of how much moisture is in the atmosphere, and that's why we had the very heavy rain last night. Rain, thunderstorms training over the same counties repeatedly, and that produced very high rainfall totals. Take a look at the radar here at about 2 o'clock, 2:10. One thing that catches my eye immediately is this spin right here. This is an MCV. Basically a small low pressure center being produced by this line of thunderstorms, mesoscale complex of storms. What this could do later today is enhance our risk for severe weather, especially over southwest Illinois into southeast Missouri. Areas further east will need to monitor updates as well. Would not surprise me to see the Storm Prediction Center issue some kind of watch in here over the next couple of hours. We'll see how it goes. But you can see that spin right here, and that enhances shear. When you enhance shear, low-level winds, that enhances your risk for severe thunderstorms. What I am anticipating is a squall line to move through the area later today and tonight, damaging winds being the main concern, and then there could also be some QLCS tornadoes. The most common tornado we have in our region, not supercell tornadoes, but QLCS. Cuba, Kentucky the other week had a QLCS. We just had one in Hickman County, Graves County this past week as well. Short-lived, they can be 5 feet wide to a few hundred feet wide. They can last for seconds to minutes. They can cause a lot of damage, but they're usually short in length and time. Normally they're around the EF0, EF1, 100-mile-an-hour winds or so. We're going to keep an eye on this afternoon for the potential of more severe weather, heavy rain. Flash flood watches continue for portions of the area. Another 1/2 inch to 1.5 inches of rain likely over the area. Pockets of 2 or 3 inches not out of the question. Now, one difference today versus yesterday is that I do suspect the line of storms will pretty much make it into Kentucky and Tennessee this time. This is not the same setup as yesterday where we had a warm front moving northward with storms forming along in the north of the front. This is actually a system that's going to push into their area, a complex of thunderstorms, more like, let's say, more like a cold front pushing the storms ahead of it. So I do think we'll see more of the area covered by heavy rain, thunderstorms later this afternoon and tonight. Take a look at visible satellite, and we'll put radar on top of that. Here's your squall line developing to our west as it moves into our area. Again, some severe weather possible. Any bowing segments of the line will produce damaging wind gusts, and that's also where you could have some short-lived tornadoes. Visible satellite, you see these gray areas and dark areas. This is sunshine over a good chunk of the area. Now it's a mix of sun and clouds, as you can see some cloud streaks in there. Heavier clouds, more widespread clouds off to our west. This is helping to heat everything up, and of course, as you know, if you followed me for a while, anytime you heat up ahead of a line of storms, you're going to have more energy. Let's just go ahead and pull up temperatures here. 82 degrees in Paducah, Kentucky, 81 in Cape Girardeau, in the upper 70s across most of Southern Illinois, mostly 80s far southeast Missouri, western Kentucky, west Tennessee, northeast Arkansas. A lot of energy building here. Let's see if we can turn on Cape. And again, if you follow me, you'll know that Cape is a measure of energy in the atmosphere that thunderstorms can tap into. So we'll switch over to the Cape map right now and see if we can pull that up. And you can see quite a bit of Cape in the area building from the south. Just move over here and we'll see 3,000, 3,300, Cape levels 3,400 over eastern Arkansas, pockets of near 3,000 over west Kentucky and South Illinois. These are high numbers. This is a lot of energy for thunderstorms to tap into. Now look what happens as you move further west. Look at these lower numbers, 200, 180, 150. because there's a lot of clouds in here and precipitation. CAPE is down. CAPE, measure of energy for thunderstorms to tap into. Come back here where I showed you the visible satellite earlier where the sun is shining. Look how fast those numbers increase. Once you get above 1,000, you're getting into what we consider sufficient CAPE, certainly for severe thunderstorms. When you get into the 2,000-3,000 range, that's a lot of energy. Thunderstorms tap into that, damaging winds. You can have hail. And again, short-lived tornadoes with bowing segments along a squall line that will move into the area later this afternoon. Take a look at one more set of data here. This is, we'll stop here at 2 o'clock. This is the HRRR, HRRR model. We see that band of thunderstorms I showed you on radar, so it sort of matches up. Maybe it's a little further east of where the model had it. But let's watch what happens as we move through this afternoon and evening. I'll stop it here at 5 o'clock. A bowing line of storms through St. Louis, perhaps some damaging winds. Again, remember there's that MCV up here, so some enhanced shear. Could be some isolated tornadoes in there. We'll keep an eye on that. And then the storms trail back here. Maybe some storms forming ahead of it. There's a bit of a cap over portions of our area, and it'll probably take this energy and lift moving through to break that cap. We move through the evening hours, 7 o'clock. We see the line of heavy thunderstorms, Mount Vernon area back towards Champaign. And then southeast Missouri, Poplar Bluff area, a line of thunderstorms advancing eastward. So let's go ahead and move through the rest of the night, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. So it takes a little while. We'll see how this goes. We will see how this goes. It takes a little while to move into southern Illinois. 10 o'clock, heavy thunderstorms over southern Illinois, heavy rain, some gusty winds. A little bit of a lag back here with the storms coming in a little bit slower into southeast Missouri. Again, this is the model's opinion. It won't be exact. It rarely is exact. 11 o'clock, 12 a.m. Now you're getting some of the storms into Kentucky and Tennessee. Could the storms arrive sooner? Yeah, they certainly could, especially if this line really gets going, starts to bow a little bit. It should keep on moving fairly rapidly. So again, the model may not be exact. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Now you see another line of storms coming out of Missouri and Arkansas into Kentucky and Tennessee. And we'll move through 4 a.m., 5 a.m. This may slow down. Heavy rain a concern. If we start getting some training again, thunderstorms moving over the same area, this could cause some problems. 1 to 3 inches of rain, short amount of time, not out of the question. The atmosphere is juiced up. We have plenty of moisture for thunderstorms to tap into. All right, so we'll keep going through here, 6 a.m., 7 a.m. Now we still have the cold front to our west and the storm system to our west on Sunday. Another round of showers and thunderstorms certainly possible, but with morning storms and rain, clouds, we'll have to see how unstable the atmosphere becomes. Certainly possible that the atmosphere remains a little more stable on Sunday if we don't move all of this mess out early enough in the day. If we do have plenty of sun or broken clouds and sun tomorrow, that will make it more unstable, and the threat for severe weather on Sunday will increase. So the main concern over the next 12 to 18 hours will be this line of storms that will be advancing through Missouri, eventually into Illinois, and then we'll keep an eye on these areas, Boot Hill, West Kentucky, West Tennessee, Southeast Illinois as well. Best chance of severe weather today, Southeast Missouri into Central Illinois, Southwest Illinois, and then cutting back right through here, maybe into the Boot Hill. East of there, you have a risk of severe weather as well, but perhaps the risk is a little bit greater just to your west. Keep an eye out for watches and warnings. Avoid flooded roadways. Lots of flooded roads in Missouri and Illinois, Indiana. As I speak, many roads closed. Avoid those roads. Don't become part of the problem for emergency services.